And there's fish in the pond. You can see the ripple, right? But you can see the ripple, that's good. But underneath there's fish.
So how many books have you looked through?
The albums? I looked through your travel album, and I looked through mine, and one that I didn't know what it was, and it has dates on it, so now I'm in the middle of that one.
Don't I have a book marked Carol?
I found it.
You got it?
Yeah.
And you read it?
Uh-huh. That's where I saw those poems that I wrote to you for Mother's Day. And your mother awards.
And if you want to cut up that picture of the three of you, be my guest.
I don't want to cut it up. I was just kidding. I already know I'm the best one. I have nothing against my brother and my sister. It's not her fault. Her brain is just not the same as other people's. She's just a kitten's tail spinning. That's the first evil thing she did that I know of. She spun the kittens by the tail. She would put all kinds of crazy stuff in the bathtub. And then say, Carol, take a bath. Yeah. I'm lucky I still have skin. She used to beat Chris up. Oh, they're baby koi too. There's baby koi. There's big, giant koi. They're orange, mostly. They're orange and white. And then there's baby koi swimming with them. They're kind of where the ripples start. Mostly they're under there.
What's bubbling over there?
That is the water system. That's where you see the bubbling. Do you see the waterfall itself? Do you see the waterfall?
I'm looking. Yes, I found the waterfall between two rocks.
Yay! And if you just go straight down and keep looking in the water, you might or might not see the koi. I think we should just... The wheelchair is hard to maneuver, and this is a hill. I can't see you pushing a wheelchair. I think maybe we're going to get you a scooter and you can use it for outside.
Well, it's no good having a scooter if you can't stay there, if you can't walk.
What do you mean? That's when you want a scooter. But you don't want to overuse it. That's why I know that you've avoided one for that. But it's good to have one. Then you could just cruise out here, and you can take.
She said, if you can't walk, you can't get out of there.
Oh, so you want to make sure. Oh, you're trying to get out of Monticello. That's what we're doing. Got it.
I don't want to be on the 4th floor because you don't have your own room.
Oh. No, we're not going to the 4th.
Separated by a curtain.
No, we're not doing that.
Not very kind.
No, we're not doing that. We're never going to the 4th floor again.
One of the reasons I'm not hanging up the pictures is because I don't know whether I'll be able to stay there much longer and able to keep up the pace of being able to walk.
Can we rephrase that a little bit? And say, I really want to stay on the 1st floor because I really like it. So I'm going to be walking and maybe scootering outside. Oh, that's right. You don't... we're going to rephrase it. I really like the 1st floor. That's where I'm planning to stay.
I really like the 1st floor, and that's where I'm planning to stay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hang up the 2 big pictures. Oh, I have another holy picture. I don't know whether you would be interested or not, or whether I should give it to the priest. There's a picture of Christ on the cross. And I was going to hang it up in the bedroom.
Yeah, that's a pretty one. I know just the one.
But I can't find the one that says, God bless his home. I can't find that one.
Okay, I'll look for it.
It's about...
Making sure we get the extra blessing. We don't want to be gypped off from a blessing just because we can't find the damn picture.
You're sitting down, aren't you?
Huh?
Are you sitting down?
I am. I got my bench right here, and the dog's happy. And you're happy.
I'm ready to take a sunbath.
I remember that was my mom. You used to love sunbathing, and I was playing baseball one time, or softball with my friends, and instead of just dropping me off and coming back to pick me up, you just went in your bathing suit and you sunbathed while I played softball. That was fun. My friends like, I like your mama. One of them like you a little too much.
Do you need a sunbath? Do you need a bath? Do you need a bath suit?
No, I tend not to wear one. I try to find rivers and creeks. But if I go to, I have a bathing suit if I want to go to the pool.
Because I have some summer suits that I know I'm not going to use.
Why not? You look good in a bikini.
Because if I can't walk, I can't just get into the pool unsupervised.
But you can walk, and we'll just have Chris watch you while you're in the pool. Hey, maybe that's what you could do. Instead of renting somebody or hiring somebody for like a lot, because Chris and you, well, Chris probably don't want, I don't know. Chris doesn't, he probably don't want to pay the money, but we could hire someone just to do stuff like that. And that would hardly be any hours, you know, someone to come by and take you for a walk like this, and then someone to take you to the pool. That would only be a couple hours, 2 days a week, or however much you wanted. Their job will be to come down and take my mama to the pool. That's all they got to do. I talked to that lady and asked what place she worked at, who was bringing in your friend, and then you could ask your friend if you think that's a good recommendation. I want to interview him on the Zoom though. That lady didn't smile enough. We need somebody who smiles a lot.
That would be Zakita.
No, I mean from the hiring. What do they call? They were called Sir. I don't know. I remember it. We should call them, and that they can come down and do just what I'm doing right now. All they have to do is take you down here, hang out by the pond as long as it doesn't get too hot. I love the breeze here. And then they can take you to swimming, because I think that will really feel good, because that's definitely new and it's definitely different, and your body is going to love it. It's going to be like floating and not feeling all that pressure and not feeling all that pain, and it's just going to float and be all happy, and you won't even want to get out of the pool. And then the hour or two will be up, and she's going to take you back to your place, and you'll be swimming and hanging out by the fish, and you're going to stay on one because you're going to be so happy.
You know at Chris's house he has steps, and I cannot climb steps.
Is steps to get in or steps to go upstairs?
Both.
Oh shit. Well,
and I'm sure he wasn't taking that into consideration when they were buying that house.
yeah. Asshole. Well, he could build one for you, is what he ought to do. I wonder if they have temporary ramps like the way they do for dogs, getting them in and out of the car. They have temporary people ramps. It wouldn't be hard to build one, Mom. All you need is some wood and some plank. It's super easy to build a nice long plank, and he could even put it away. He could make it look really cool if he wanted to and keep it, but you're right, he doesn't think about that. He doesn't really think anyway. He has his wife that does all his thinking.
You're right.
But Mom, you know what you did for him? You taught him how to do just what he's doing. Well, he took it a little too far. You talked to him every single night. You came home after a long shift. It was 9 o'clock. All of us going to bed. And you stopped in his room, and he would talk and talk and talk, and you listened and listened and listened, and finally went to bed yourself. You're probably the one that taught him how to love his wife so much and really talk her ear out. I don't know. I just think that he might not realize how much you had to do with that.
It's easy to talk positive, but it's hard to think positive.
Yes, that's why I rephrase things. when you say I'm such a positive person, I'm not. I can be a real asshole, but I rephrase it and I say it different, and that's the way I plan it. And I'm putting the right stuff in my computer up there above my eye, behind my eyes there, and that's how I stay positive. I just rephrase things. If I'm having a crappy day and I'm heading out of the house and someone asks me how I'm doing, I'm heading into a great day. I don't ever want to lie about my feelings, but I really want to stress the positive ones. I woke up today, I'm going to see what happens. Even if that's all you say. I woke up today and I'm going to see what happens. How are you today? I'm going to see what happens. Even that is better than, I'm not doing that great. Because then you just told your brain, you just told your computer, you just kind of put it on assignment.
What amazes me is I can still do solitaire.
Of course you can, Mom. You're a smart woman.
Now, why can't I think of Anne's last name? I'm glad I know what her name is.
Yeah. I don't know. We all do that with names, Mom.
That's what the therapist says. Everybody says you're too hard on yourself. You're too hard on yourself.
Well, Mom, today I was talking about storm, and I accidentally said reef. Mom, it's been like 40 years since I've had reef. You know, it happens. Oh, and the Chris, Karen, Carol, that was never a good idea, because you'd be like, Carol, Karen, Chris, you know, the k sound.
Can you move me back out of the sun a little bit?
Yes. We can do that. I'll put this little thingy on here. I'm going to take my stuff here. Are you locked in? I can't tell. Yeah, you're locked in on this side. We'll head over to the shade. Now, do you want the little bit of shade or you want a lot of shade? Because you got a little bit of shade right here, and you got a lot of shade over here. I really want to go get that scooter. Let's go scooter shopping. We need to go scooter shopping. There, how about that? You go watch ya. Is that better?
Yep.
Perfect.
I'm ready for a nap.
All right, we'll give it about 10 more minutes and we'll go take a nap.
Can't hear you.
10 minutes and we'll go take another nap. Hey, too bad this thing doesn't have a recliner. You can just take a nap, wake up, get on your way. But let's start thinking of, let's ask Chris to hire somebody just for a couple hours a day, where they could just walk you around. I could come out once a month or once every other month. Like I said,
There's nobody that can help me but myself.
Mom, nobody's helping or doing anything for you. It's just love and company. And love is what keeps us going, Mom.
And I say to myself, now, right now, when I'm looking directly across the courtyard, I see some people sitting on a bench.
Yep. Yes.
Is there such a thing?
There is people on that bench. Yep.
There is somebody sitting on a bench?
Yeah, they're golfing, so they're sharing turns. Now he's going. I should go.
I feel guilty because I didn't say my prayers today.
I said mine, so that counts for both of us. And besides, when you came out here and you said, "Oh my gosh, this is beautiful," that was the biggest compliment you could have given God. That's a great prayer right there. Can't beat that prayer. In fact, that's one hell of a prayer. Oh, look, the cherry blossoms. Can you see the cherry blossoms?
You know, the only thing I have to look forward to
Is Carol visiting next time? Go ahead.
is hearing Carol call me on the phone.
Oh, I was right.
Carol visiting, because I know she always talks. She doesn't see. She's not like her brother. You have to make the decision. You have to make the decision.
Okay, tell him you want a scooter. We can order one. We could just have it delivered to the house.
What did I just tell you?
What?
If I can't walk, I can't use a walker. That's it.
Well, I just mean a scooter for out here. But the other option is to have, that's so you can be independent, but if you want, you can hire somebody.
I can't hear you.
If you want, you can hire someone like on Monday or Wednesday and Friday and have them come walk you around for 1 hour, and that's 35, 35, and 35. We can afford that. We call that lady. We say, hey.
And you know, and he says, and we're planning to go to Niagara Falls, and we're planning to go to South Carolina, and we're planning to do this.
On his bank account or your bank account?
All right?
On whose bank account? Yours or his?
I'm sorry?
On whose bank account? Yours or his?
Mine, of course.
Really? Can I have a trip too? I'm just going to go to the beach. My trips are a lot cheaper. Me and Tina are going to go to the beach next month. That's all I'm doing, and I can afford it actually.
So my room number is M105.
It is.
Right?
Right. And as long as you remember it and can order food, you don't have to go to that other place where no one talks. I'll write it on your little thing. You won't forget it. We can get a little tattoo. Just kidding.
I'll tattoo it on my wrist.
Yeah. Except, yeah, that's right, because you're not going to change rooms. Yay! See? You're not going to change rooms. You got the best room. It's barely in Monticello. Barely in there. It's not even in there a little bit. We just don't want to go upstairs. That's where we don't want to go. That's where we don't want to go. Nah.
So in order to get in the bathroom and out of the bathroom, use my tush instead of the front, right?
Yeah, to get into it, turn around and push your butt against the door if your scooter isn't opening
If
it.
what?
If you can't push it open with your walker, if it's swinging inward, just use your bum and then swing around. We'll practice to use the hallway bathrooms.
Okay. All right, I'm ready to go in for a nap.
All right. Forward. Ho! Call me a what? All right. You want to go up this way or down that way?
Yeah.
You want to go the fast way so we can't go by
You
the...
don't have to go up that hill.
No, but up the hill is where I can grab one of those cherry blossoms so you can see it. I'm going to have to grab one of them. Everything's starting to bloom. Right when he swings, I'm going to yell, Thor! Oh, is this where you do the other one? Where you throw the thing and the thing and the, you know, the thing? This is where you throw things. This is the throwing thing game, right? Shuffleboard. The throwing thing game.
They made a mistake when they did this brickwork.
Yeah, they weren't thinking. They were not thinking. Maybe they were thinking of I bet they were thinking in the winter when things get all slippery, they were hoping that it would be a little bit more coarse, but for the rest of the year it's not so much because it looks like just on the hilly part. But you're right. It's hell on walkers. So you don't want a scooter because you don't want to have to go to a different floor. You want to stay right where you are.
This is supposed to be the butterfly thing. Do you see any butterflies?
There will be, but these are gonna, when the flowers come out, they're gonna come busting in here. And we'll sit out here in a couple months and watch the butterflies. I don't want to wait till September. I'll just come next month or the month after. How about every other month? That way you can see me 6 times a year. That's not a lot, Mom. I think we should do every month. I can handle that for a while. Just make a couple long weekends. Hi. Can you still go in this way or you have to go around?
No,
Just making sure I'm in the right door. Didn't want to go to the reconstruction area. Get used to watching myself. Oh, the pain ain't flowing home. That's another one I don't know the words to. Not this elevator, the other elevator. Can I use this one?
3.
I know, but I can go here, right? To 3? Yes. Because that other elevator doesn't behave right. Which is confusing for me at 60, so.
I see it, Janet.